Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warframe video. We have a new update, and I've been playing around with quite a bit of the new content, and it seems pretty good so far, not gonna lie. Very happy with how things turned out. Few blips early on in terms of server connections and bugs and people's computers and consoles blowing up, but I think we might have breezed past that now, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see. Today, though, I wanted to focus on a specific part of the content that's been released, which is the Netracell missions. And I believe they're probably, I think it's fair to say, the hardest of the missions that have been released with the new content. So I thought today I'd go over the build that I have landed on for doing those missions on solo. The key issues that kind of come up from those missions are the fact that A, you have to get around a map very quickly, B, you have to kill a lot of enemies really quickly that are generally pretty high level, and also you are running around with a load of debuffs on as well, although to be honest they shouldn't really impede you all that much. But yeah, I'm just going to show you the build that I have settled on. I'm sure there's going to be, you know, way more stuff coming out on this hopefully soon that we can look at. But this is what I've been running with. So I'm running Nova Prime, reason being that her fourth ability, obviously on a speed setting, can improve enemy movement speed and also just their animation speed generally. So when it comes to the part of the Netracell mission where we have to take out a ton of enemies, it can help a lot. We can also use her portals to get around extremely quickly. We can use Null Star to help us survive, not that much considering how much our strength is. And I've also got Nourish on here as well to provide me with some viral damage, as well as a bit of crowd control. The stagger from the explosion can help a bit on this, but to be honest, it mainly is just to apply viral. That's literally all I'm running this for. There's probably plenty of other abilities that you could subsume onto this. This is just the one that I've settled on, and it's generally one of my go-tos when I'm looking at, you know, when I can't decide on what to put on a frame, I will just either go for Nourish or, you know, maybe Ensnare or something like that. Archon shards wise, I've gone for 3 on duration, which can help out pretty much all of Nova's abilities, so that's good. And then I've gone for 2 on parkour velocity. Now, like I said, getting around the map is extremely important, and I do find that having that extra parkour speed is very helpful. On Nova herself, I do have Umbral Vitality on here, but it's completely not unnecessary because this is formatted for a different build. So, you know, normal Vitality or even, you know, Redirection. We've now got Primed Redirection, not that I've maxed it out. It's somewhere around here. There it is. So, you know, you could throw on quite a bit here. But generally speaking, we're just going for maximum duration, a decent amount of efficiency, and as little strength as possible, hence power donation and also overextended. Arcane Energize and Arcane Guardian to keep our energy pool nice and high, and I am running Primed Flow along with Preparation so that I start with a max energy pool of 755, so I can get portaling as soon as I get in. In terms of weapons, run whatever hits hardest in your arsenal. I've gone with the Torrid here. I quite enjoy running with the Torrid. It's generally a pretty good weapon that doesn't actually require a Riven mod to do a whole lot of damage to high level enemies, so that's quite nice. Primary Merciless on. I've gone for radiation and corrosive damage because the units have a mix of both radiation weakness and corrosive weakness, so being able to get both of those on is pretty damn good, and having access to radiated reload now allows us to do that, so this is a really nice mod to have. We can now split our damage types out. Absolutely fantastic. And then on our secondary, I'm running the Latum. The reason I'm running the Latum is basically if I happen to come across a Whispering Murmur during these missions, I find this to be kind of one of the better secondaries to deal with those guys at such a high level. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm running this. I will barely ever use this, especially if I do not come across a Whispering Murmur. And for the purposes of this video, I'm not actually going to be doing that because it can increase the time of the mission quite significantly. I'm just going to be basically speedrunning the Netracell and ignoring them. And then on my melee, I'm running my usual Exodia Zor, just so I can, you know, fling stuff at enemies and kill them very quickly. I haven't actually got around to applying any of the stuff here that I want to, but yeah, I'm sure this will improve once I'm able to do that. So yeah, that's kind of the primary build here. I'm running Madurai for some extra damage. Again, the only reason I'm running this actually is to deal with the Whispering Murmurs when I come across them, because I am kind of prioritizing getting those melee arcanes at the moment. Having this on and using Void Strike just allows you to basically deal with them no problem, even on super high HP. On my pet, I'm actually running Jin. A bit of a weird choice, I know, but yeah, basically I just don't want to risk dying. If you die in a Netracell mission, you're just never gonna come back and you have to restart the mission, and although it's unlikely, if you do happen to go down for whatever reason, then Jin can always pick you back up, and using Manifold Bond reawaken, sacrifice, all of those good things, you can actually just basically guarantee yourself invincibility throughout the mission. So it's a pretty nice one to go with. And other than that, guys, that's really all I have to shout about. There is some gear you could run, I guess, to improve your odds. You can't actually use on-call crewmates, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, energy cells can always help you out, and so can ciphers, which I'll be using during this mission as well to hack the consoles. For those of you who don't know how to hack the new consoles, you basically just hold down spacebar when the text is black, and you let go of the spacebar when the text is red. It's fairly straightforward, but obviously ciphers just make things a little bit quicker. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into the mission and see how fast we can do a single Netracell mission with this Nova build. Okay guys, so now that we're in the Sanctum Anatomica, we're going to go ahead and fast travel to Tagfa, where we get the Netracell missions from. Go ahead and just throw that on. You can see I've already done my 5 this week, so I'm not going to be able to get any more rewards, but I can still do the missions. It's just that, yeah, I'm not going to get any Archon shells or anything, which is kind of sad, but hey ho, I've already done 5. So what we want to do as soon as we get in, we're going to go ahead and pick up our 5 debuffs over here. Probably the worst one to get on Nova is going to be the energy drain when you're close to enemies. But as soon as we get in, we'll go ahead and we're going to use our portals, you know, where it's actually useful. We're not just going to use them willy-nilly. We do have a lot of parkour speed, so yeah, don't want to get ourselves muddled up by putting down portals when we don't have to. So there's our first computer done. And yeah, we're basically just gonna get all of these hacks done so that we can accurately find the Netracell. There's number 2. Gonna keep an eye on my health here. I do have Magus Elevate on my operator if I do need to get some emergency HP, which I think I will do here. Here's number 3. Now we know exactly where we're going. Once again, let's just get some HP from Magus Elevates. Activate that, and we can head back into this red circle. And then, yeah, we're basically just going to go to town with our Torrid right here. I will endeavour to let myself die at least once here, just so you can see Jin in action. But it really actually isn't that easy to die with this build, I must admit. Unless you have the energy drain debuff. So we'll just make sure that our 4th is active at all times. Coming up to 70% right here, so we're going to want to go ahead and kill the Necromite when it spawns, or Netromite, whatever it's called. There it is, let's head over and kill him. Sometimes I don't know if it's like a bug in the game right now, but I have had this guy spawn like 1,000 meters away on occasion. Which isn't overly fun, having to walk the whole length of the map, but, you know, I'm sure hopefully that stuff will be sorted out soon. So anyway, back to killing everything. Very much struggling to die at the moment, which is unfortunate. I think we did get down to 2 HP, but obviously our energy is saving us. And there's our next drone we need to kill. There he is. And we head back. I think right here, obviously... Ah, there we go. We managed to die. Happy days. Let's let our Jin revive us. Then as soon as we get back up... Oh, the Jin went down. That's unfortunate. But what we can do is just come into our operator now. And there we go. Not the best example there, but we survived nevertheless. So our Jin is still actually recovering, but if we just wait here... Yeah, there we go, we're back up. So you literally cannot die with this build. It's quite amusing. You know, we got a bit unlucky and had to go into last stand. But, yeah. There we go. We've opened the Netracell. And grab this. There's our Entrati Landhorns, and then we can get out. Or Landthorns, not Landhorns. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So what I'll do, I'll extract here, and then we'll have a bit of a regroup in the orbiter. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so as you saw there, not too bad a run, pretty fast, and it is very hard to die on this build. We did go into Unairu's last stand once, so for those of you who are wondering kind of what happened there and they don't know about focus trees, if you go to Unairu and you happen to unlock its waybound node, which I believe is Last Gasp over here, you can see there, Last Gasp, passive operator, you can revive your warframe by transferring to operator and killing 3 enemies before 15 seconds elapse. So that saved us once, and then obviously the Jin saved us the other time. You just can't die. It's pretty good. And running Madurai also helped us out when we went into Operator. If you didn't want to run Madurai, then I would recommend sticking on Unairu instead, as you can use Caustic Strike to strip enemy armor, which does actually make it a lot easier to take enemies out when you are in Last Gasp. So yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, very early days, so I'm sure we'll improve the build quite a bit. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, what you've been running for these missions, what you think of the content generally. I'm quite enjoying it at the moment, although I'm sure it will start to get repetitive very soon. But otherwise, guys, yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.